What's going on, kings and queens? It is Wednesday, December 6th. Welcome to another episode of All in Society. It is season 2, episode number 20. Now, you might not be familiar to my show. I just recently started making these videos for my podcast. So, in my podcast, I release an episode every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It's titled All in Society with Claude Winston. But you'll be able to go to all your major podcast networks. Just type in All in Society. It should come right up. If not, type in Claude Winston. It should come right up. Follow the show. Download all the episodes. Make sure you like them. Make sure you share with your friends and family. And I would truly appreciate it if you left a review as well. If you like it, let me know. If there's something about the episode or something that you just did not like, but you enjoy watching the show or you just enjoy my content, please leave a review. Let me know. Be honest. I can take constructive criticism. Now, if you want to go in there and just like rag on me, perfectly fine. I have thick skin. But I encourage you to find better things to do with your day. But moving on. So today I want to discuss the movie I just saw. If you're not familiar with these videos, typically every video I will release a movie review. And the movie I just recently saw was The Hunger Games. So I wanted to let you know if you should go stream that movie or take the time, spend a few extra dollars and actually go to the big screen and go see it for yourself and experience it in theaters. Now, some of you might have a awesome theater set up at home. Well, then just wait to see it, when it comes to streaming, your favorite streaming platform. But those of us that don't have those luxuries and enjoy going to a film, especially those opening nights with all the biggest fans of the genre or if there's a franchise of that film, I love attending those opening nights and all the biggest fans are there. At the end of the film, if people like it, they're cheering. If they hate it, they're booing, like someone's there to actually receive their criticism. But I love going to the movies. I always have. It's kind of like your escape. I go to AMC theaters, so shout out to AMC. Maybe one day they'll sponsor me one day for always plugging their movie theater chain. But I got the card. I'm the AMC A-list, so I go see three movies a week because I try to go see every movie possible because I love movies that much. So I'll give you my review. Like I said, stream it or go see it. We'll also talk about the NBA in-season tournament. Moving on to the semifinals. We'll discuss that. We'll discuss who I think is going to be moving forward. I can see back there, I think it's going to be the Lakers against the Bucks in the championship in Las Vegas for the first NBA in-season tournament championship. Now, you guys might be asking, for those of you who watch the show, I'm a big Detroit Lions fan. So you're like, Claude, why is Barry in the back and then you're rocking the Raiders? Well, I spent a lot of my time in Las Vegas, so it's almost kind of like my second home. I don't necessarily follow the Raiders, but I just like wearing Las Vegas gear. So I just keep Las Vegas Raiders. I'm not really in affiliation to Oakland. It sucks that they moved their team, but I'm just a Las Vegas everything fan. I wish I was there for Formula One, but I don't have the money to spend it and go into those type of events. Maybe in the future I'll be able to go to those type of events, create some content. Maybe I'm invited, or maybe I just take the time and go there myself, find the ticket that's actually affordable. I know it's not something. It seems like it's something for the rich and for the famous. So hopefully they turn that around and provide more tickets for general admission and just for casual fans like myself. We're just kind of really getting into the sport. I don't really follow it too often, but if I would love to and be able to get the hands-on feeling being on the track, maybe even get to speak or see the cars or speak to some of the drivers. I would love that experience to really get me more engaged, really bought into the sport. But let's dive into today's episode and the topics for today. So the Hunger Games. Hunger Games, the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. So information about the film before we go in. I'd like to give a couple more details than your typical person who does movie reviews. So the film is rated PG-13 with a runtime of 2 hours and 37 minutes. I know typically the Hunger Game movies run a little late, a little long. So just be mindful if you have little kids that are going with you. There's probably a couple moments in these films that maybe not be suitable for small children. Just so be mindful of that if you're going and taking your kids who are under the age of 13. The film is starring Tom Blythe as Snow, the character Snow, and Rachel Zegler, who plays Lucy Gray Baird. And I'll elaborate more on her character and how I felt about her character. It also is starring Peter Dinklage. He's best known for Game of Thrones, the character of Tyrion Lannister. I got into Game of Thrones late, not when all the masses were really watching it, but it's definitely a show. If you haven't watched the Game of Thrones, definitely check it out. It took me, like I said, it took me a little bit of time to warm up to it. I watched the first couple of episodes. Not really something I typically watch, not my cup of tea. But as I got into it and was more, engaged with the story and the characters and really started following exactly what was going on, I started falling in love with the show. So definitely check out Game of Thrones if you have not watched it yet. I caught up on Amazon Prime is how I watched it. I know a lot of us have Amazon Prime subscription to be able to watch it on Amazon Video. The film is directed by Francis Lawrence, who also directed the other Hunger Game films. And he also directed films such as I Am Legend and Constantine, two films I enjoy seeing. If they're ever on TV, I always find myself stopping watching them um, like I've never seen them before. They're just awesome films to kind of watch once a year. I am a fan of the other Hunger Game films, just kind of tell you what's my take on the genre or the franchise itself. But there's no Jennifer Lawrence. And without Jennifer Lawrence, it was really kind of hard for me to really buy in. But I did like the character of Lucy Gray in this film, portrayed by Rachel Zegler. She does an amazing job in the film with the character and her voice. If that's her singing, she has an absolutely beautiful voice. Now, if she's in other films where she's singing, I'm not aware of that. I didn't really do a lot of background and research on her as an actress, but her voice is beautiful, and she really, if she wanted to take up a career in country, I think she could definitely do that. Like I said, if she already has a career in country music, already has hits, I apologize for being ignorant to that, but she has a beautiful voice. If that is her voice that was singing. However, with everything being said, I think this is a movie you can kind of wait and stream it on your favorite streaming platform, opposed to going to see it in theater. I don't think it's necessary to go um, spend the extra dollar to go see it in theater. If you catch it during a matinee where it's like the $5 movies, definitely it's probably worth it then. If you like going to see movies on the big screen and get outside of the house, but definitely wait to see it at home. It's not necessarily a film you need to see in theater. All right, moving on to NBA play-in. As you can see, I have the Lakers versus the Bucks. I discussed previously who I think are going to be moving forward from the NBA not play-in, but NBA in-season tournament. But I want to touch on a little bit before we get into those teams. So let's be honest. Before this year, no one really cared about the NBA regular season until post All-Star break, and that's right around February, I believe. But the NBA in-season tournament has definitely changed that narrative. TV ratings are up, but that doesn't mean fans are necessarily paying extra dollars to go see the NBA in-season tournament games. If that was the NBA's thought process, I don't know if they really thought that out. It is still, at the end of the day, it's still a regular season game. I understand they changed the color of the courts and they really go all out. And I think that's awesome. You can actually, if you're just kind of scrolling through the television and you flip by the TV and you see the courts, you're kind of like almost, it stops you. It's like, what's really going on if you're not familiar when the games are playing on Tuesday and Friday nights. So it's appealing to the eye to see the new courts. But me personally, I'm definitely not spending extra money to go see these games. Even if the teams are playing harder, and it's more likely that all the best players, like all the all stars on the teams, are going to be actually playing and not sitting and resting. I'm still not going to be paying up more than I would for a regular season game. But moving on, if you've watched the quarter final matchups between Boston and Indiana this week. You can definitely tell the NBA fans and even the NBA players on the roster have bought into the tournament. The games are more competitive, and you can see it. The fans love it, and you can see small markets like Indiana ate it up. After defeating Boston at home, the Indiana Pacers fans and their young squad celebrated like they won an NBA championship. Like I mentioned, small markets and just the kind of like small teams with younger rosters. I think they're going to be bought in even more to this in-season tournament because when you think about it, a lot of these teams, even though Indiana has a roster to make the actual postseason, the likelihood of them really making a deep run is really small. So their absolute opportunity to shine and really showcase their young talent and really have opportunity to be on national televised games. I think these young squads, like maybe your Oklahoma City Thunder, even the Wizards, even though they performed terribly this year, those teams are going to be the teams who are really going to want to uh, go all out for these games. And for teams like LeBron, who just strive for greatness and want to win everything possible, those teams they'll probably rise to the cream of the crop as well, and really shine through. But I did wanted to put a little focus on Tyrese Halliburton. Now he has been an NBA All Star, but I think we can tell and we can see this guy is an NBA superstar in the making. So it'll be nice to watch him perform and see how he matches up in the semifinals. So the semifinal games are going to be take place. Excuse me, they're going to take place Friday. For the West, it's going to be the Lakers versus the Pelicans, and for the East, it's going to be the Bucks versus the Pacers. I like the Lakers and the Bucks' chances to make it the championship. I'm curious who your picks are. Definitely check me out on my social media platforms. I'll be posting some videos here later on throughout the week. Let me know if you like the Lakers, the Bucks, Pelicans, Indiana to move forward to the championship. All right, but before we end this, I wanted to make sure you guys are aware of my Patreon next year. If you're not familiar, I do more than just these movie reviews. My podcast and my show, All in Society and Friends, which I want to touch on right now. Every Tuesday, please make sure you join me live Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern for All in Society and Friends. I bring on industry experts in real estate, the stock market. I bring on authors, folks in the casino industry, all industries, providing their expertise, sharing their passion for whatever it is they devote their time to. And with that, though, I will basically be saving the best parts of those conversations and creating a community of passive income generators. So investors, poker players, and like I said, if you are in the entertainment industry, if you're a content creator, if you're in the health field, I want all of us to come together and build businesses together, to invest together, and just a community of go-getters and like-minded individuals. Those folks, I know those of you who are watching this show and this podcast, there's many of you that are go-getters who aren't content with just getting by, who might see your peers or just kind of getting by, don't really think about their future. But if you're somebody who thinks about your future and you don't sleep well at night because you're thinking about generational wealth, you're thinking about your family's future, you're thinking about your well-being, you're thinking about your son, your daughter's future, tap in with the community of go-getters such as All in Society. And that's where I want to touch on the Patreon page. So if you're eager to learn more and build strategies for passive income, All in Society is launching a VIP all access pass on Patreon starting January 2024. It's a monthly subscription. It's $50 per month, and you can cancel anytime. You're not just a patron in this group, and I truly mean that. You're part of my family, you're part of community. I always have kept a small circle, and I intend to have a circle of go-getters, of diverse, inclusive community that's welcome for all. VIP rock stars leading a financial revolution. But it's not just about making money together, it's about moving together at a positive cause, moving our own families forward, moving our own communities, moving our cultures forward. It's smart. It starts with a small community, but this can absolutely become a movement. Dive deep into exclusive interviews with industry icons, like I mentioned, and get early access to game changing podcast episodes and participate in monthly workshops that will catapult you to your league of your own. So I want to, even if you're, if so, I want to hear your story. You have value. You are expert in your own field. I want to bring all of you on, and it's not just people that are on the top of their industry. I want you guys to come on and provide value, provide your story, provide your experience, and provide value for the community. So again, it's not just being part of this community and you're just taking notes on the side and learning from people who are the best of their field. I want you to participate and share your experience, share your story, and share your expertise as well, and we can all can grow. Maybe in turn you'll become a better public speaker. I guarantee there's something that's going to be beneficial for all of us in every step and level of this. So connect with a powerhouse community of go-getters for exclusive swag that I'll be working on next year, and bask in the glory of personalized shout-outs. We'll be shouting out, like I said, I'll be shouting out everybody who's in the community, giving you guys all your flowers for everything that you do. This is your golden ticket to a success journey like never before, a community like never before. Ready to make passive income and enjoy an inclusive, diverse community? Download the Patreon app and stay tuned for more. Also, check out my website, www.allinsociety.com. That's ALLNSOCIETY. Check out the website. You can see all my podcast episodes there. You can easily find them there. All the All In Society and Friends. I have the best clips, best episodes there. You can easily find the rest of the episodes. Find exactly what you need as far as all my content, all my social medias. Tap into a little bit more, know a little bit more about myself and what I aim to do with my business. And if you like anything and everything that's on that page, please make sure you leave your email on the mailing list, and I'll be sure to keep in touch with you, introduce myself on a more one-on-one, intimate basis, and let you know about all the products and services we have coming up next year. All right. Thank you for your time. I truly appreciate it, guys. I want to leave you with this, our slogan. Remember, life is one big session. Play the cards you're dealt to the best of your ability, and I promise you'll come out ahead. Until next time, peace.